Third session, last session.
Alright, here we are at Ekart Raceway in SM North EDSA. This was our third and last session of the day, and we were lucky enough to meet the owner of Ekart Raceway, and he was going to send out someone from his staff that he's been training for quite a while and has actually become one of the fastest people on this course. So he wanted to bring her out into our session to kind of teach us how to actually attack the track. But before that, I wanted to take the opportunity to kind of just better my lap time. So here I go. And you can see right away how cool this place is. Right after the first couple corners, you go uphill into an elevated part of the track, into this blind late apex. And you start crossing really close to the ceiling. If you look up, then into another late apex that goes straight into a hairpin. After this series of corners, there's another series of corners that are intertwined. So you gotta get on the brakes here to position yourself correctly for this hairpin, to get a good exit out of this hairpin that leads onto the main straight. Then after this kink is the first hairpin where you need to make sure you get the rotation just right to get another good exit onto this fairly straight part that goes uphill, so you need all the speed and momentum you can get. The lap time seems to range from 30 to 40 seconds, 30 being godly and 40 being really slow. So I was doing 35s for the first two sessions, so I just wanted to cut that down, maybe get into the 34s before we left. So one of my main focuses was just trying to find that sweet spot of rotation that these karts needed to get around all these technical corners as fast as possible. So usually my style is to almost flick the kart into the corner, get it rotated really fast, pointed toward the exit, and just get on the gas. But I've also learned not to just stick to one style, because each car, each corner, each track, each surface might require you to change up your style just a little bit in order to really maximize it. On this track I noticed my go-to style of just flicking it into the corner was kind of sacrificing a little too much on corner entry. I would feel the lack of speed mid-corner, and of course since everything's connected, that means that you're not really maximizing the corner exit either. So I stopped using the brakes to oversteer the car into the corners and started using the brakes to balance the kart going into the corners, always modulating between keeping the kart neutral or getting some rotation depending on what I needed. A track like this requires a lot of rotation, so it's just a matter of avoiding unnecessary big oversteer moments. So I felt like this was a good lap, but then something weird happens right around here. So I think I pressed the brake and gas at the same time, or pressed the brake trying to push myself back into the seat. It's such a stupid mistake. So I just do one more hot lap to make up for that lap I ruined with that dumb mistake. So I just finish up these last couple corners because, I don't know, I just find them so cool. But after this, I'm just going to slow down and wait for the staff member that joined our session, because I do want to see what a fast lap actually looks like here. And to be able to chase someone that's fast is just a great learning opportunity. A lot of the time I find that you just need someone to show you different perspectives or just different ways to attack or think about stuff in order to help yourself improve. So to get the chance to drive with someone that's good and has a completely different background from you is just an opportunity that you should never refuse. You never know what new things you might learn while driving, or just even about yourself. I decided to use the uphill section to let her overtake because I'm thinking it'll give me the best chance to keep up with her from the start. And you'll see right away, she's driving the way I want to be driving. She's getting the car rotated super quick, sliding around the apexes and getting on the gas as soon as possible. So at first I was really taking the time to observe her driving style and see what the strengths and weaknesses are between us, but then I realized, like, if I'm not gonna go for it, I'm just gonna get left behind and not see anything. So I start going for it, start trying to chase her down right away. And yeah, I was really tempted to start driving like her, but I just knew that it wasn't going to work out for me. You can even see that she's almost disappearing around these apexes, so it's very tempting to do something different. But also coming from that kind of style of driving, I just knew that eventually you're going to make a mistake, because I always make a mistake when I drive like that. So I just decided to stay consistent, try to be more clean and precise, and just wait for my opportunity to capitalize on anything that might happen. And actually, something does happen right here at the first hairpin, but it doesn't go my way. Maybe it was because I was a lot closer this time, or maybe her cart over-rotated just a little bit, but I thought I might get too close and possibly bump her on corner entry. So I abort my rotation coming into the hairpin and kind of take a step back. And after getting close to her in the technical sections while she was oversteering, I kind of got a better feel of how much she slows down when she is oversteering. So coming into the first hairpin again, I just don't hesitate anymore and just go for it, and it does help me draw her in a little bit more. So now I feel like we're understanding each other a little bit better, and I'm starting to feel like I can just go and drive and stop hesitating. But then this happens. Apparently that was the last lap of our last session, so that was it for me. Just when I started getting really comfortable. But you know, this place was a lot of fun nonetheless. It's amazing. You guys saw how cool the track was, and I have to stress that the carts are well maintained, they work, they're quick. You can actually focus on driving and practicing, because you don't have to worry about the carts breaking or some weird problem happening.
Consistent now. God.
So, anyway, my best time ended up being 34.042. So I did break into the 34s and I almost made it into the 33s. I'm definitely coming back here in the future because there's so much more to learn. Thank you to the Ekart Raceway staff that joined our session. Thank you for the good run. Although, now that I'm looking back at the footage, I'm actually not sure if she was just playing around with me. But in any case, today was super fun and I loved it.